Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I wanted to talk about my top 5 essential things that I use when playing guitar. Now, of course, usually to play guitar, you need a guitar, and usually that's accompanied by some sort of amplifier or modeler nowadays with pedals and effects. So for the sake of this top 5, I am going to leave out those things because they're kind of a given, and just really talk about some accessories and some different things that I use pretty much every time I go to play a service. So in no particular order, let's start with the first one. Now, the first thing that's essential to me when playing is gotta be the capo. So this one specifically is a G7th capo that I use, but I have a few others lying around, but I usually tend to gravitate towards this one because it's a little more low profile. Let's see. Compared to something like this, which actually this is the one I use at home most often because it's a lot easier for me to just grab it, but the whole handle kind of makes it stick out. So usually on stage, I want to keep it more minimalistic and tend to gravitate towards this one. But nonetheless, capo is essential for me. When I was learning guitar, I pretty much would just put this on and play every song in either G shapes or C shapes kind of thing. But of course, I learned, I grew, and I can pretty much play any chord that I would need to on any given Sunday. So maybe you might ask why I would still use one of these. Well, a few reasons. Sometimes it's just the ease of use. Now, as I said, I can play any chord I pretty much need to, but sometimes it's just good to not have to worry about complex shapes and just slap a capo on and just focus on the service and not so much all your cool complex chords, which sound beautiful, but again, sometimes can be distracting if you just want to be involved in the service. Other times it's more for creative purposes, just having open strings to play with that sound good in a musical context, or just a sound preference. There's many times where a song will call for a chord and I just think it sounds better with the old-fashioned cowboy chords and open chords. So capo, one of the most essential things I use every time. Now my next essential item has to be my mono cases. So this is a Mono Vertigo Ultra and super nice, super awesome. I have had the M80 previously and I still have it, but the strap kind of broke, and that's just after 4 or 5 years of just constantly using it day in and day out, just kind of wore it out. And so I replaced it with this one this year and I love it. So I've never really liked carrying the big hard cases, although I'm sure they offer more protection in the long run, or if you're flying them out or that kind of thing. But for the services I play here in my hometown and just carrying them to church and back, I really love the versatility just having these cases. They're lighter, still super protective, I mean waterproof. If you know anything about these cases, super high-end, super awesome. Plus all the pockets that come in there just allow me to carry all the extra stuff and make my traveling a little easier. So for me, just super essential to have. And I have another branded case from Gator that's actually a double. So anytime I'm playing a longer set list where I need 2 or more guitars, usually I'll take this one and fill the other bag with 2 more guitars or whatever I need. So for me, it's just important to protect your investments. You know, whether you're buying high-end guitars or something lower, but it's just valuable to you, why not protect it with a case that's gonna offer that quality and protection? So for me, mono bag, another essential. Next up has got to be my coil cable. So this is just your regular 1/4-inch cable. I actually got it as a gift for Christmas, and this is one of the Fender ones, Fender branded, that they sell. Super nice, super thick. I'm kind of new to this. For the longest time, I've just used a regular straight cable, so non-coiled, and I know there's a bunch of debate on tone and length and all that stuff. For me, it has not made that much of a difference in tone. However, in the functionality of this and just being able to have it stretch out and just get you more length when you need it has been amazing. I kind of never want to go back to a straight cable, although I still use them all the time at home, different places. Really been liking this and the experience. And one of the, I'm just clumsy, come out right out and say it. So a lot of times on stage, I'm like fighting my own cable and just worrying about not tripping while I'm playing and just that kind of thing. So this has made it a lot easier to not have to worry about that. If you ever played with one of these, you know, it just kind of coils up when you're not pulling it out, and then when you need to step out, it'll stretch to what you need. But yeah, it's kept it out of the way of my foot, and I can just focus on my playing and not so much on tripping. So next on my essentials list is my in-ears. So these specifically are the JH Audio V13, if I remember correctly. But these have just been amazing. So I'll try to get you a better look at them, but that's what they look like in there. The sound quality of these is just amazing. I've had other in-ears and universals and so forth, and those have been great. But for me, ever since I started playing with these, I've really liked the fit and the comfort that comes with just having custom molds, and as well as just the tone and with the drivers that's offered here. So it has affected my playing and just how I approach tones sometimes. You know, what I'm hearing in these, I kind of use them as my foundation. So I have studio monitors that I use when I'm at home, but I know these are coming with me every service that I'm doing. So I'm becoming familiar with them, understanding when something, and I hear something too bright at home, it's probably going to be too bright when I'm on stage there as well. So really just having a foundation is something that I can rely on and come back to has just been really essential for my playing and just allow me to hear things better, at least in my opinion. And last but not least in my essentials has got to be my GoPro. So if you've seen on this channel any of my videos, they're more than likely shot with this GoPro, although I've used a couple different cameras, friends' cameras and that kind of things before. But just having a camera has opened up a few doors that I never really thought about until I started recording things. So yes, there is the YouTube component and social media and that kind of stuff, but it was actually at first helping me just hear myself. You know, it's one thing when you're playing, and if you've ever recorded yourself and you hear it back, you're like, oh, that didn't quite sound like what I played. You know, this has definitely helped me criticize myself, just get feedback on myself when I watch the things I record and just learn how to do it better. And maybe the sound I thought sounded good when played back didn't really sound as good as I thought, and it's allowed me to, again, just improve my playing, tweak some tones and things like that. So GoPro or flash camera has just been essential, and I'm usually taking one with me if I can. So that's it. I just really wanted to make a quick video on this and just talk about some of my essential things that I'm pretty much using every time. I get a lot of questions on gear I use and tones and things like that, and I love talking about those subjects. So being able to show you just some of the things that I'm consistently using pretty much every time is just really great to talk about. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.